Hi guys, we're glad to announce to you that Translational Walk Aid version 2.0 is now available. And in this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about TWA version 2.0. So quickly, I want to install the add-on. So you just go to Preferences and you go to Install from Disk. So when you install from disk, you can see this is a folder where I have all the add-on versions. So we have the Rigify version for it, we have the bundle, we have Blend Rig, and we have Auto Rig. Now this bundle has the capability to work with Rigify, Blend Rig, and Auto Rig Pro, as against having them individually. So I'm going to install the bundle. So now in the perspective view, you're going to see TWA under the TWA tab right here. And to start using this, you need to click on Get Started. So I'm just going to click on Get Started. And the first thing you can see here is we have a tab called Select Rig Type. Now, when I click on this, I have three different versions or three different rig type to choose from. I have the Blend Rig, I have Auto Rig Pro, I have Rigify. I'm currently working with a Rigify rig, but if I choose Blend Rig and I try to use the add-on, it gives me an error message which says wrong rig selected. The same thing applies to trying to use the Auto Rig Pro. It's going to give you that same error, right? But when I use the right rig type, which is Rigify in this case, I can move the left foot or the right foot with this. But if I click on the left foot or right foot now, nothing would happen. And that's because I don't have any stride defined for now. So let's see how this works in action. So let's say my character wants to go forward and I want this kind of stride for my character. Okay, so currently I have my character's right foot in front and the left foot at the back. So I need to move the left foot forward. So move left foot forward. Now the character goes forward. Okay, so this is how you can make your character walk forward. And you can also go backwards, as you can see. All right. So now, what if I want my character to go up his stairs? Now, this is the new option added to version 2.0. In version 1, you couldn't make your character walk up the stairs, but in version 2, you can easily do so. So this is it now. I just want to assume that this is the height of the stairs, and I need my character to walk up the stairs. So again, right foot is at the back, the left foot is in front, so I need to move the right foot that is at the back forward. So move right foot and my character goes up the stairs. As you can see, my character is going up the stairs. Okay, then I can also go back down the stairs, just like that. Okay, all right, so now one thing I want you to note is that the calculation for the right position of the torso and each feet as it moves up the stairs or up the defined height is very, very accurate. So in most cases, when you try to use these directly on your stairs, on your modeled stairs, the feet might not properly sit on the face of your stairs as expected. And that's not because of the failure of the add-on, it's because of how Blender works. So when you create stairs, maybe by using array or some other method, there's always a margin error, like an 0.0 something gap error. Now this 0 point something gap would accumulate to give you bigger spaces. All right, so if I'm having my step on maybe 5, 10, 15, 20, and your stairs is around 4 point something and not exactly 5, the feet would not sit on that surface. So you can easily reposition the feet quickly and then set a keyframe and then continue your work. So if I increase this now, you can see it's just going to follow that same pattern. You can see. And another thing I want you guys to see here is it's so intelligent that if I'm starting out at 0, for example, and I want my character to start moving up like that. So if you're going down the stairs again, by the time you get to that floor, the 0 floor, watch what happens. It brings everything back to the floor. You can see both foot are on the floor at the moment, and that's because of the 0 floor here. So that's one fun thing to know. And by the way, you can also do this. Let me take this up. Maybe just bring this in a bit. So let's assume she's walking down the stairs forward now. I showed you how you can walk down the stairs backwards, but now let's assume she wants to walk down the stairs forward. So down, bring down the torso just a little bit. All right. Okay. So let's assume she's walking down the stairs, and she has a left foot behind. So I don't even have to select any of the controls anymore because the rig is already the current selected object. So the add-on is so smart to understand that you want to interact with this particular character's rig. So I need to move the left foot forward and let's see what happens. Now she goes down. Now she's going down the stairs. Okay, so she goes down the stairs. That's how it works. And then you can also go back up like that. So this is just one of the new features. And if you also notice, as soon as it got to that 0 point, the second foot goes back to 0 point as well. Okay, so this is 0, you see. So it's so smart. Now there's something called half step, create half step. Now this works if you want to go up the stairs one height after the other, or maybe one stair after the other. So instead of going this way, when I click on the move right foot forward, instead of going the double step, I can just click on this and go that, bam. Okay, you see. So I think this would make sense if I reveal a stairs for you to see. So this is a random stairs I just made. Let me bring my character very, very close to it. Okay, so I just want to reset my character here quickly. Alt G, Alt R. Okay, and then push this backwards. You know what, I think it's fun doing this in the layout. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back to post mode, and now let's have the foot of the character here, somewhere here. Okay, for the purpose of this example. So now, I earlier talked about how the character's foot might not sit on the stairs because of the lapses, the margin error that happens sometimes in Blender. So let's practicalize this now. So I currently have the character's left foot behind, so I can move left foot forward. So when I do this, now I'm doing it with the create half step. That's why you have both feet on that platform. So just Ctrl Z. I'm going to uncheck create half step, and I'm going to move the left foot forward. So left foot forward, yeah, you can see. So it's climbing the stairs. But now, due to the margin error I spoke about earlier, you can see there's a bit of gap underneath. So you can just easily move that in place, okay, and set your keyframe, and then you continue your walk. You see, so that's how it works, right? So just quickly fix those and select Okay, so let's go back, back, back. All right. Now, well, when you use the half, when you create half step, it just goes boom. That's the essence of this half step. Now, this is also a new feature. So let's move on to the next thing. So Alt G, Alt R, just quickly do that. And I think for now I need to hide the stairs. I can easily get there by just hiding the stairs. So back to my layout. Now, you won't see the TWA tab if it's currently in the object mode, but as soon as you switch to post mode, you can see the tab. So let's go back to the TWA tab. I already explained how to use the create half step, how to move left foot forward and move right foot forward. Now let's go to the next option here, the translate with keyframes. Now, sometimes you want to get your job done faster, so you need your character to walk, maybe take 2 steps forward or 4 steps forward, or depending on your need. This section of the add-on gives you the ability to automate your character's move. So the first thing I have here is the number of steps and the frame interval. The frame interval is exactly what it says. So a normal walk has a cycle of 12 frames, so you have a contact on every 12 frames. But if you want to change that for one reason or the other, you can easily do so by just changing the value here. But by default, the value is 12 for a normal walk. And the number of steps is the number of cycles that would happen in that step. So if you click on one and you move step forward, you can see I have keyframes here now, and my character moved just a step forward. This is one full step, that's all. Okay, so Ctrl Z, and let's make it bigger now. So let me go with 3 steps, and then let's move that forward. Now you can see the keyframes. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So that's how that works. But on it by itself, it really does not make any sense now, because you only have the contacts. Okay. So if you want to develop your walk, you can do it in 2 ways. You can start creating the in-betweens manually yourself, or you can make use of your pre-existing walk cycle. And I'm going to quickly show you how that works. So I just want to delete all the keyframes. I just want to reset all this as well. So Alt G, Alt R, Alt S. Now I have my character here, and I have a preset animation I already did, which is the walk cycle. So let me apply the walk cycle on the character. You can see the character walking on the spot. So this is the walk cycle. Now what I want to do here is copy this walk cycle and then use it with my TWA add-on. Okay, so let's go back to the TWA walk. You can see there's really nothing going on here. And now this is the contact of my new walk cycle, and I want to use this contact. I want to keep the contact. Now just select everything and then hit I to set a keyframe there. Now I can now define the number of steps forward. So let's use 3, because we used 3 in the previous example. So move that forward, and my character is walking into the wall. Okay, I don't want that to walk into the wall. Let's reduce our steps to maybe 2. All right, so that's fine. So now I have my character walking that way, but this walk is not interesting for now. I need to do some things. Now the first thing I want to do is the torso. I want to make the Y translate of the torso linear. So I'm just going to check on this box. You can see the line here. So that's how linear curve is represented in Blender. So now the torso is linear, and when I hit on the play, you can see it holds better. Okay. All right. The next thing I want to do here is go back to the walk. A to select all the controls. then A to select all the keyframes here, Control C to copy the keyframes. Now go back to the TWA walk and then Control V. Now before I paste, in short, let me paste so you see what happens. So Control V to paste the keyframes. Now when you scrub, you can see the character is not walking forward. You still have the walk cycle, and that's because the Y translate that TWA had helped you in defining to have a perfect walk forward had been overwritten by your new keyframe. So to avoid that, Control Z, this is what you do to avoid that. So this is what you do. You want to lock the Y translate for the torso and the character's feet so as not to override it with your new keyframes. So as you can see, it says lock Y axis of selected controls. That was why I selected the torso and the feet of the character. So now that those are selected, I can now select all the controls again and Control V. Now watch the magic happen. So my character walks forward. Alright, so I'm just going to complete that by pasting again for the second cycle. Remember, we cycle twice. So hide. That's it. Very easy and very smooth. Okay. So by the way, the move step style 2 will just give you the reverse of walking forward. And let me just quickly show you that. And we call this video a wrap. So select everything, unlock the Y axis, select everything and delete. Okay, so this time around, let me just push my control forward because I know the character will go backwards. So I'm moving 2 steps, frame interval 12, and move style 2 backwards. Yeah. So as you can see, the character walks backward. So that's it for TWA. It makes your work faster. It does not entirely animate your work for you. It only helps you in doing so. That's why it's called an aid, Translational Walk Aid. So if you feel this add-on is useful for you, you can get it on our website or on Super High, formerly called Blender Market. Thank you.